what is our real grip on phenomena like representative democracy, or the healthcare delivery system, or the theory of evolution and molecular genetics? It begins to get pretty scary out there. So all of these things taken in stride lead me back to the conclusion that the way to investigate reality is carefully, with intellectual consistency, seek the weird, seek the bizarre, seek the edge, but understand that you can only rely directly on your own experience, the conclusions you draw from it, and mathematics. And anything which comes down the collective epigenetic telegraph is so shaped by the cultural mind that none of it can be trusted. All of it serves hidden agendas of salesmanship, marketing, propagandization, glamorization, fetishization. In other words, nothing can be taken at face value. Nothing is what it seems. And if you move through reality like that, testing as you go, I think there's not a great deal of danger of going over the edge. In my own experience of doing that, the only interesting thing I found that transcended the mundane was psychedelics. But I'm perfectly willing to admit that one life may not be enough, and maybe if I'd gone to Paraguay instead of Nepal, or maybe, I would have found something. But I do believe induction, if not prosecuted too far, can be helpful. What do I mean by induction? If you meet 20 bankers and they all are jerks, you may be reasonable in forming the supposition that the 21st banker will be a jerk. You may be wrong, but the force of presupposition is with you. So induction, deduction, and experiential confirmation. What's not a good thing, I think, is buying in on hype or charisma. The real is real. It's real. It does not require your participation to be real. On the other hand, a mirage, an illusion, a delusion, you're 50% of its lifeblood. Without you, it can't function. Without your credulity, your need, your hope, your weakness, your inability to ontologically parse what's going on. It's almost like there are two ways of looking at the world, and they come down to whether you think the world is out there and was there before you got here and will be there after you depart. And this is essentially the view of science, Or if you're the other philosophical flavor has different names, but it's usually called radical idealism or something like that. And it's the idea that we are making the world moment to moment. Somehow it depends on our existence. And of course, immediately following that assumption is the idea that we can change it with our minds, which brings up the moral dilemma. Then why is it so resistant, or why isn't it the way we want it to be? If it's so malleable, why is it so resistant? And once you understand what philosophy is, I think you see that these two positions are polar, and that there's a lot to recommend each one, and it's very hard to make a fusion.
And do you ascribe to either?
I tend to act as though the world is really there, but I think that ideology is very poisonous, and that we should not believe anything. It's a form of metaphysical hubris. It means you really think you're an important cosmic actor. I mean, if you met a termite who wanted to tell you his beliefs, you would be puzzled. Why he even bothered? Well, are you so greatly different than this termite in relationship to the cosmic all of it? So beliefs are like, they're forms of culturally endowed paralysis. You know, I believe in the democratic individual. I believe in the resurrection and the life. Well, so what? We don't care. What we want to know is what can we reach through examining the evidence and applying inductive and deductive approaches to it.